Hello and welcome to Nerd Gaze. After a very long hiatus, we are back. Let them see our faces. There we go. Hey everybody. Hopefully, yeah, I'm sure they can hear us on stream now. Can't you? Yes, you can. So welcome everyone. And welcome to the stream. Liz, how are you?
Pretty good. Glad to be here. Honored to be a part of it.
Hell yes. Pronouns. What are your pronouns, Liz?
She, her.
And you stream on Twitch too, don't you?
I sure do. Every now and then I'll do a little video game Twitch stream. Lizard Wizard 3.
LZRD? WZRD?
WCRD 3.
3. All right, there's a little shout out for you in chat. Playing
Nice.
Cuphead. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I did recently did a drunken Cuphead. Started from the beginning again and took a drink every time I died.
How long did that go for?
No.
Yeah, that went to I got to the second island and I think I got to it's like 96 deaths, and at that point I was like, all right, for a
Holy
hefty dinner
shit.
at this point.
You start lying to everybody and be like, I'm out of booze. I'm all out.
Can I say we're out of stock over here?
Out of stock. Hello Rivka. Hello Tobias. Welcome to the stream again.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
How have you both been? What are your endeavors? What are you currently up to?
I'm hanging out with her a lot. But I haven't really been watching a lot of new stuff. I did watch actually the whole season of Harley Quinn, the new season.
Nice.
Very,
So excited for you to recap that for us.
it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. I haven't really been seeing. I saw Bullet Train, which
Hell
was
yeah.
good. You know, it was a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. But you've been busy though, right? I mean, like you just went full time
Yeah.
with freelancing.
Yeah, I'm full-time freelancing again. So yeah, I'm excited about that, but also it's a lot. I'm juggling like 1,000 things at once. As always, I guess the entire time you both have known me, I've always been,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, whole ass Yacker is your
yeah.
is your nickname. Tobias, what have you been up to? How was the? Did you finish boot camp for PC and software engineering? What was the boot camp for again?
Yeah, it was Java development. It has been, I think, shit. It's been I don't know. It's been almost a year since that boot camp ended. Actually,
Really? Oh man.
yeah, time has just fucking moved that much because I
Mhm.
remember it was around December, and I had just bought a brand new coat, and it was the same day that I finished the boot camp. But it was for me to be a Java developer, and now I'm not anywhere near that. I'm not even considering that at the moment. So
Hey, good stuff to have under your belt, right?
great use of 6 months.
Awesome.
And you were pretty stressed out during that time too. So
I'm stressed out right now. Like shit. Like even without that. Um and but I mean within the last 6 months I did better shit. I got married. So yeah.
Congratulations! Yeah!
And
Da-da-da-da.
the one time I will say it, like I mean and without someone asking.
there you go.
And
Lovely.
yeah. And,
So
but,
exciting. Yeah. Congrats. And when you guys got married, what did you
thank
like
you.
elope?
Yeah. Yeah.
They
In
elope. Oh,
Colorado. Just us and the
Ooh.
photographer. Yeah.
Amazing. That is classy
Yeah.
as fuck.
me and Kurt were like, wait, what?
What? We follow the blog. There was no update.
Yeah.
and
Did y'all get to do
uh
anything fun to celebrate?
I mean, we were there for a week afterwards.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
what we.
Oh,
Yeah. So like it just was looking at the beautiful views of Colorado, taking all in, and not having to like work or anything, and just like really actually enjoy ourselves for once, and uh, couldn't honestly want to go back, and probably not being at like we started out in Denver, and we ended up not even really wanting to stay in Denver ever again afterwards.
Oh.
Like, not because we think that Denver is like bad or anything. It's just that like we realize like there is so much more of Colorado that we have not like explored, and like we like have we should see the more like nature parts of Colorado.
Liz, you ever been up to
'Cause it was just
Colorado? I saw you agreeing with the comment.
Yeah, I stopped by Denver once for like a quick stop on a road trip for half a day, and it was. I think I just kind of like you were just saying, it's that there's greater parts of Colorado, I'm sure, at least more to see. I feel like I haven't seen enough of it to give it a solid opinion yet, but
yeah.
it felt a little bit like it was on St. Patty's Day weekend and it was on a Saturday, but this felt eerily empty for some reason. At least that was my experience. We were walking around downtown. I don't know if everyone was just like inside, like smoking and drinking, but like the streets were just I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just comparing to like bigger cities where
Do,
there's
do
a
you
ton.
remember? Do you remember if that was on Colfax Ave?
I
Like,
don't know. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
Like Colfax Ave is like the longest street, and Denver, and it usually is where like everything is like in terms of downtown. So it you may have been around there, but like it's a weird street. It's a weird street. I've never seen it like really like bustling. Like even though you would think, oh yeah, it should be. Even on times of where you're like, this is everybody should be here.
Holiday weekend, I'm like, oh, this
Yeah,
place is gonna be like stuffed to the gills with just people. It's no
yeah,
Chicago. It's no
no,
Chicago.
It's no
I'm
Chicago.
no. It's a very like weirdly chill place. Even though last time we went, almost saw two people get into a fight, and I was very much like, damn, this was just for us back home, and from Jersey, where there's always a fight ready to fucking start. Thank you.
Like now I feel like I'm at home. Thank you for the welcome.
Yeah, like perfect, perfect. Like everyone's so fucking nice around there, and seeing two people just almost start to fight, and someone being homophobic. I was like, that's Jersey, baby. All right, let's go.
A real slice of life.
You got it with you.
Want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching right now. We've got 9 viewers. In chat, we have Kitty House, and we also have Siu Bun, our friend Els. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you're in chat, feel free to introduce yourself, but we would love to get to know Elizabeth a bit better. Something that Rivka would ask a lot of the people that we were... thank you for the shout out, Shane. Thank you so much. That Rivka would ask some of the people that we were interviewing over at C2E2 was, what is something that you revisited like during the pandemic? Is there something like in your life that you felt like you had to like closet or put away a little bit that you think became accessible or became like something you revisited during the pandemic?
I think this is probably an answer that a lot of like extroverts will say, but as an extrovert who constantly spent every free time of my life trying to squeeze in as much time as I could with people, really just like spending time with myself, and chilling out,
and just being more mindful. That's something that was kind of like lost in the, and just like everyday living. And then when you're forced to really do that, then you gain a better appreciation for it. Then just
What's some of the media or like you can
yeah. I mean, I was riding that boat of like Animal Crossing really hard.
Nice.
Uh, there was an arcade game called Killer Queen. Not sure if you guys are familiar,
Yes.
but
Love Killer Queen.
Yeah.
it's a 10-person arcade game, 5 versus 5. And I had just started getting into it over like right before the pandemic at Logan Arcade. Joined the community there, and community is phenomenal. Whatever city you're in the U.S. or there might be even cabs outside of the U.S., but there's a bunch of cabs throughout the U.S. The community is so solid, super welcoming, great folks. Started getting into that right before the pandemic, and right when I was kind of like in the middle of actually like really gaining ground on skill and ability with that game, then
Mhm.
pandemic hit. So then I think shortly after they released it's not necessarily a port. This was a 4-player, 4 versus 4, an 8-player version of the game called Killer Queen Black. First released, I believe, on the Switch, and then shortly
Yeah.
after the PC, and then PlayStation, I believe, got it on their systems. And then there was always an Xbox version promised, but
Mhm.
never came. I bought it like 3 times, I think. I got it for the Switch. Uh, then I purchased it for someone on the Switch, and then I bought it for myself on PC.
Mhm.
Cross-platform, so was really able to kind of revisit that community in that sense a little bit.
That's great.
Um, doing it in a virtual way versus
Mhm.
at a cab with 9 other people.
Yeah, I would say that my first experience playing it over at the Logan Arcade was that I mean, people were like hovering over it, but like they kept a distance from the players, and so like I came up and I was just like, "This looks really cool," and they're like, "You're gonna play next."
Mm.
And so they're just like, just watch what we're doing, and then we're gonna throw you in either one of these rounds. Who needs to grab a beer? And they'll be like, I'm out. And so like, okay, you're gonna take his place once he's done with this game. It was just a really welcoming community. So that's awesome. So would you say that you're a little bit more geared towards multiplayer games, or do you enjoy a single player experience as well?
Someone who's extremely competitive. Multiplayer is my go-to.
Nice.
Don't get me wrong, I love a good, single player experience as well. But yeah, I mostly get online matchmaking. I want to be on that number one spot.
Hell yes.
Love
That's
it.
so good. Yeah. Oh man. So, um, I guess we can. Do we have any like big topics that we wanted to talk about? I feel like if we wanted to talk about like current news, the thing I wanted to talk about is like the merger of like Warner Brothers and Discovery.
Yeah,
Um,
or like HBO totally just fucking turning into the worst thing ever.
yeah, like cannibalizing an entire section of like their app, and like it's so weird to be like people who are like consumers who also follow what's going on in like business trends and stuff like that. But it's like there's not even a disconnect when we have this much like transparency. It's like Twitter is just like all the news coming at you at any point, and it's like is there's no way to frame like firing artists and like making things accessible that would make sense to consumers and respect their decision as business people. Because like I don't know, I mean like I feel like even though I did a bunch of like creative courses in college, I know enough about business to know that you're not saving enough money that you think you're saving by getting rid
Right.
of all of this, and that there was a very conservative like approach to all of it, because most of the things that they were cutting were very progressive stuff.
Mhm.
How often do you get to see like things that reflected your own ways of life? And a lot of that stuff was you know was taken away from HBO, and from projects were taken away from people, which is really upsetting.
Right. Which is
Mm-hmm.
wild because so much of HBO's whole thing was like putting on that progressive content and
Mm-hmm.
like kind of pushing the limit and like being edgy. So it is a total like shift, and it feels almost it's almost like whiplash. Like I feel like I haven't even quite processed it because I feel like HBO was at one point the platform that we were all like, yeah, it's a fucking great platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like we some of the coolest stuff is on there. Some of the, like the stuff that, like I could think of I May Destroy You, which is like totally pushing the envelope, sort of, which I was just showing Liz last night. Like which is also like it's about a non-binary like South Asian person who is openly talking about being non-binary and using they them pronouns and like all this stuff. And then there's all this other stuff that like content that is really just not you can't find it anywhere else, not in the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's one of those things that it just plays into this disillusionment of everything because it's like fuck, we were able to have all these things and now where does this content go? Because these things can't be produced on the same caliber unless HBO money was being put into it. And so it's like it just feels very shitty. Because you're right,
Yeah.
I do think it's aimed towards uh it feels very strategic.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, how's everyone feeling about like all streaming services in general? Because like, it's not like that HBO stuff exists in a vacuum. There are tons of other like slimy things happening around other streaming services and stuff. I mean, like Netflix. Come on, man. Like, give a project some wings to fly rather than just
Right.
like letting it like run on the like running. I don't know the phrase. I'm combining too many phrases into one.
Then
We keep doing that. We like don't know we like never know the phrases.
Mm-hmm.
We just blame it on ESL.
Blame
But
it on like yeah, we're millennials. We're trying to do boomer like phrases, but we're also trying to do Gen Z stuff at the same time.
fucking Christ.
um Tobias, did you watch Sandman?
No.
Me neither.
I've never been a Sandman fan.
Oh,
I
okay.
I I don't like Neil Gaiman's prose. So I
Interesting.
just have never yeah.
Huh.
Um he like did a run of small run of Miracle Man after Alan
Mm.
Moore got done
Mm.
with it back in the late 80s, and I didn't vibe with it then. I tried reading Sandman itself and just
Hmm.
never was able to get to it.
Fair.
But I've heard really good things about the show. Um,
Yeah, I
so,
liked it. Me and Kitty were really into it. It was
Yeah,
like one of
I
those shows where we can easily like watch it the next day or something like that.
I
yeah.
watched one episode. Not like you know me, I binge shit, but I like did not. I was like, I'm gonna wait till it gets. I think I started in August, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till it gets cold
Mm-hmm.
to watch it because it's got like cold vibes. It's got like cold outside vibes.
Yeah, no, it's perfect for. I didn't think it made sense to release it when it was so hot outside. I totally
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah, it's like this is on.
Yeah, like I'm
Everything-
sweating. I don't really want to watch the
Like
Sandman.
like the tones of it too are just like very blue and like very like full tones. So I was just like,
Well,
I feel wrong.
I think someone can correct me. Katie, maybe you might be able to correct me, but I think there's 7 deadly sins that are in there that are like very grotesque, but like also very like campy and like in design
Right.
that are really cool. Like
A little here.
yeah, it's a really really great cast. So I think it's fun to see, like people of color and like marginalized like actors in like these really great roles where they can just embody themselves, not really have to play for a specific audience. Katie says, "Yeah, the cast and the performances were great. Yeah,
Well, that's
good to know." Liz, what did you sort of grow up with in terms of like media? Like, were you watching a lot of TV? Were you playing more games? Were you reading books? What kind of nerd
video
were
games
you?
for sure.
Video games for sure.
Still do.
Still
Yeah.
do. Gamers never
Yeah.
die.
That's true. That's true. They just keep on gaming on. They like Call of Duty. Yeah,
I did. Battlefield was probably my shooter of choice.
Hmm.
Uh, shooter game of choice. But then they've both just kind of gotten, I don't know, taken on like the Fortnite like silliness almost,
Hmm.
where everything's just like, let's give everything extra, let's remove the gravity from the jumps a lot more. Like, Halo did the same thing.
Mm.
Although Halo Infinite really brought it back with the nostalgia and kind of brought, old Halo 1 through 3 vibes a little bit,
Awesome.
which, Halo 3 I played the heck out of.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
huge gamer.
when you play a game, you like something that's a little bit more grounded, a little bit more like hyper realistic in the.
I suppose, but I mean, Gears of War is
Mhm.
not super real. I guess it is,
Yeah,
but
how realistic can we be when we're in outer space?
you're right. Yeah, but I'll still enjoy like other platformer games like Splunky 1 and 2, or I still haven't beaten either of them.
Hmm.
The first Splunky I played nonstop, sporadically throughout the many years until part 2 came out. I'm not sure if you guys
Hmm.
are familiar with the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, super hard. Have you of you beaten it? Like fully beaten it?
Absolutely
No.
not. No, I've actually
No.
only heard about it from my friend Shane, who just came in chat, and he's like, "Oh my god, Spelunky, let's fucking go!"
Yeah, that's it's a tough one. Souls like a game, some might say. I'm
Really?
into the Dark Souls as well.
Oh yeah, that's like your favorite.
Yeah, yeah. Love the Dark Souls series. Uh, Elden Ring was great, great game. Still haven't
Hell
beaten it, but I'm
Mm.
like this close to the end, and I'm like, have I
Yeah.
really explored every single crevice in this game where
Mm.
I'm ready to kick off the ending?
Yeah. And I mean, Bloodborne is one of like my favorite games that I ever played on the PS4, and yet I've only spent, I would say, I probably have like 20 hours in that game, and I there was one night, or the first night that I played it, I didn't go to sleep,
Whoa.
and I actually stayed up, like,
Common friend.
A common thread
um,
or likely
yeah.
likely story.
Yeah. I like stayed up trying to just get through the first area and without dying and keeping my souls. And then uh I like stopped playing it because I got killed on some bullshit by like I think the werewolves. And I went to McDonald's, came back, and then played again. I got through the whole thing, and I killed the bridge boss, and then I like shut off the PS4 and like went to sleep, happy as shit.
Happy as shit. Hell yeah.
This challenge
um,
gives the greatest rewards.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Um,
Buster in chat
so
says, "OMG, is that Rivka, star of Nerd Gaze, and the other two, I guess."
true.
True.
Oh,
True. Yeah, no, we get it.
And
hey, to me the star. I'm just joking. I'm actually quite quiet tonight. I'm quite quiet.
Well, are you tired?
Yeah, laid
Are you
back.
cheapy? You worked a hard day.
I'm tired, but I also I want Lizzie's got a lot to say about games. It's fun to listen to, so I never talk about games. I'm like I just play The Sims, so I'm
Mhm.
like you guys do your thing. But she was playing. Talk about the Disney thing that you're playing. Have you
Oh
guys
no
played-
way!
Yeah,
Yes.
have you
Tell
guys
me more.
played
Tell
the
me
new,
more.
the new Disney? What is it called? Disney
Starlight Valley, I think.
Star Dreams,
Dream Valley or something.
Dream Valley.
It's essentially the new game that came out that is meant to be like Animal Crossing / Stardew Valley meets Disney.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also like
Yeah.
Toontown a little.
My God, I forgot about Toontown.
Oh,
Actually,
we both played the same computer game. We both played the same simulation game, Habbo Hotel. We found out. I talked to you guys about this before. There was like a simulation game I played, Habbo Hotel, and she also played it, and we found out because I played a lot of games when I was younger, but it was like online games. So
Gotcha.
yeah, like, but yeah. So this Disney game is kind of crazy. You can like dress up really cool. Like she had a beard, and she like you can like do all this cool stuff.
And I was able to get like silver hair.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
Goofy's in it, like following you around, and Scrooge is in it, and he's all like owning a bank and shit.
So essentially, it's like Disney characters
Mm,
play like, Tom Nook is Scrooge. There's it's like main Disney characters that you can
mhm.
interact with. And then they'll have like mainline like quest line missions to each of them.
Okay.
So some
Yeah.
of them will be like, oh, Mickey will be like, yo, dude, I really miss Minnie. All right, so the whole story of it is it's like there's like
Yes!
a darkness.
I miss my girl.
There's like a darkness that has taken over like this valley, this Dreamland Valley or whatever it's called, and like you have to like help clean it up and like take care of this darkness so things can come back to life. So there's like abandoned shops, like areas you can't get to, and slowly by building up points, star points of sorts, by doing these missions, you're able to expand the map itself, uh, and like buy things at the shop, unlock more shops, things like
Hell yeah.
that. So one of them is like Mickey Mouse. It's like he's like, oh, I really miss Minnie. I haven't seen her in forever. There's a lot of people that have been forgotten,
Sad.
and we need to find them. So for his mission, he's like, I want to cook her favorite meal. And then he'll like list out the 3 ingredients you need to cook her favorite meal. And some of them you might need to plant the crops, make some wheat in order to make the cracker part of the meal. And then you got to go fishing to get the protein part of the meal, and then
Yeah.
get together with him, cook the meal, and then
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though, but it literally is like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the natural progression of Two Town, which if you two might be surprised, people are still playing. There is a remastered version of Toontown, and one of my good friends and mods of the stream actually plays Toontown on every Tuesday. Well, almost every Tuesday, but yeah.
A couple of my friends played as well, which I was just like amazed to see. I was like, "What the fuck is going
wait,
on here?"
what?
Like,
Yeah, it's like there's a really big
yeah.
community too, and like they do a lot of like in-game events that kind of like get them in trouble. They're just like, we never would have been able to do this back in like 2001.
Well, the graphics are insane.
Yeah, and it's
Holy shit.
yeah.
Why
You
did
get
it look so good when I was a kid?
why
like,
did it
this
look
is
so cool?
I was like, they're so real. They're like from like 2D. Wait, what? Or 3D? I don't even know. Wait, what? This looks awful.
It was probably like an uncanny valley thing back then, where it was just like, whoa, it's like 3D rendered like Disney characters. You never get to see them do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like graphic. It's like as they progress, it's cool in the moment, and then 10, 15 years, 20 years later, it's not going to look as good because we know so much more. But like that's
Right.
all we knew at the time. That was the newest thing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
a lot of folks kind of gripe a little bit about there being like reboots of like TV shows and movies. One type of reboot that I think is pretty awesome is video game reboots, remasters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Kingdom Hearts series. I
Mhm.
never was actually able to play them growing up, so I started playing them when they came on Game Pass
Yes.
last year,
Perfect.
and they've been remastered, and it looks great. And on top of that, a lot of these video
Road
games,
Rage. I've talked about this before. Isn't the Simpsons Road Rage getting remastered?
I think, isn't that fan driven?
It
Like
was a
it's like
fan-driven one. Yeah,
That's
someone
fan-driven,
used the
yeah.
Unreal like engine to recreate the Simpsons Road Rage game, and it looked fantastic.
I
What was that?
See?
think it was two. It was both Road Rage and Hit and Run, if I'm not mistaken. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, the fact that it's like fans are doing this.
It's
like-
interesting. Okay, so actually the other day I looked to Lizzie and I was like, why did Rock Band die? And then she gave me like a really good explanation. Do you want to, like, I don't know why I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, why did Rock Band just die?
Well, I think, well, this is my theory. I think that there's a lot of reasons and a lot of layers as to why it died.
Sure.
One, I think it started, because of its popularity, it became oversaturated with like competing rock band style games. So then people started buying like sets of instruments from one game and then sets of instruments to the other, like Rock Band, the Guitar Hero series, and then what's the other one? There was another one, and the instruments were not compatible. On top of that, it's like there wasn't really a great platform to like purchase songs or load up songs
Yeah.
or
DLC was whack for that game.
and it's extremely difficult. You basically got one shot to transfer songs onto like another system. Like it was like, I guess, I mean I understand why and how because of all the copyright things, and it's like you need to track all of the songs and where the money is going. And additionally, like buying any songs, like there was never any sales, like there's never any bundles. Like
Right.
I'm gonna buy a couple songs from this. I think they were all like $4 or $5, something like that, something crazy like that each
Right.
song.
Like I'm only ever gonna pay $5 for a ringtone, nothing else. That was my max when I was a kid. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this ringtone for my Kyocera.
Yeah, what was your ringtone, Kurt?
Oh, it was embarrassing. It was Drive by Incubus.
Oh,
that would be your
on a Kyocera like slide up phone, but like it didn't even have the lyrics. It was like do 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 do
do. One thing I think that also like killed off that whole genre is the constant other as you were saying, like there was always another edition, like when Rock Band I think did Van Halen, and also like
there's Guitar
the
Hero.
Beatles.
Yeah, Beatles, Rock Band, Guitar Hero, Aerosmith, like
and they were never available as just DLC, like I mean, like they had other single songs, but they never just had, hey, here's the pack, you don't have to buy a whole new game. And they never just had like, hey, if you have the disc for whichever fucking like Rock Band, as long as it was bought last year, here for the next year or 2 years, like you can just fuck with that. And I do think they fucked around too much, to the point that when they brought back Guitar Hero, I think a couple years ago, it just made it, I don't know, people seem still burn out. And also now it's really hard to get the PS4 or Xbox One dongle for any of the guitars for that game, because even I have been like, damn, I would love to try that shit out. And like I remember looking for the dongle that was like $60, and I was like, holy fuck, that's the price. That's the price of a game. I think not, like, and so I got better shit. I guess I can buy an actual guitar.
Yeah. I think that's another thing too. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was like, are there any, like, I would love it if there was a Rock Band like what did I say? A Rock Band like a bar, and you were like, there is.
It does exist in arcade form. There are Guitar Hero like arcade games, but it's only guitar though. So.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly Guitar Hero, / Rock Band. So there is this like arcade bar, I suppose. It's kind of like a just a fun place, called Round.
I think Dave & Buster's, but not corporate.
Yes, they're actually Japanese owned. So a lot of the arcades are like kind of like unconventional arcade games that you don't typically find at like regular like US arcades. Like they have the Japanese Mario Kart, and they have like 4+ of the same machine right next to each other, so you can all play together.
Oh,
And
amazing.
Yeah.
there's a camera, so you can take your profile picture, and like while you're driving around, it's like your picture on the map. There's
Oh,
like
sick.
bunch of cool photo booths, and you can like edit your photos, like do a bunch of like cool like stickers and framing and edit onto
Insane.
your strip before it prints out. They have like a Rock Band style game that's kind of like DDR. You know when you're playing Dance Dance Revolution, it's like this long list. It looks like you're going down like an MP3,
Oh my
like
god, yeah.
MP3.
Yeah.
It's that, but like for Rock Band's songs and the instruments, like it's not the typical like Rock Band Guitar Hero, the the actual releases for those. It's like specific to that game. And the drum set is just, it feels like an actual electric drum set. It's got like the cymbals that actually wobble and crash.
Oh, sick.
It's got like double pedals, so you can actually like do the hi-hat. You can open the hi-hat. So like higher difficulties will require you to do that. Very well maintained. Yeah, it's great. It's called Round One.
And where is it?
It's in Riverside, so like right in the burbs next to Cicero and Berwyn.
Oh, nice.
here,
Very
sir.
cool.
It's
So this
here.
is entirely different than the one that I was thinking of. I was thinking of Galloping Ghost, which was on.
We went
Yeah.
you went to
that.
Galloping
Yeah.
Ghost. So this is another one. Oh my god.
Yeah, they have like
Rivka,
bowling
you're so
alleys.
lucky. I want to go to
Like,
these arcades.
bars.
Let's go.
Yeah,
invited
I'm
you.
down. I'm down.
Sure.
I'm so
invited
down.
you.
Please, let's go. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's
I think
one
they're
here, apparently.
they're
Kitty
open
says that there's
at-
one over in San Francisco. The
Oh,
arcade
well.
that you're talking about. So they might be a chain.
Yeah, I think they've got a couple in the country.
Nice. Maya says
Nice.
this arcade sounds awesome. You're getting excited
It's
for
so
everyone.
cool. There's a
Man.
ton of like the claw.
Giant claw machines?
They have a bunch of claw machines.
Love it.
I mean, it's Japanese owned, and they like that's pretty popular over there.
Amazing. Yeah,
Let's
I want
go.
to be there. I want to go to there.
Planned it. Let's do it. And we went to Galloping Ghost, which is the largest arcade in the world.
No way. No way.
That's what
Yeah.
she said.
It's got the most in one place, and they have signage everywhere that says it too.
Wow.
And the cool thing with that is they actually also own a workout center, sort of like just down the street.
Oh yeah.
And the person who one of the folks who leads like the classes, like the workout classes, is actually like the actor who played, I think it was like Scorpion in like the original Mortal Kombat movies.
That's
'Cause
awesome.
it's Midway, which is like a Chicago based, so it's like it would
Yeah.
kind of make sense. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's dope.
Yeah, I'm so
Dope.
excited for that. Is there anything out there that we've been interested in, or like, because I know Tobias, you were interested in Sable, but like, are there pieces of media that you saw out there and be like, oh, that's interesting. I'd like to explore that more. You can go with games, you can go with TV shows, or anything like that. Anybody want to go first?
Wait, can you repeat that?
So, is there something that like you're excited about either playing, watching, reading right now?
Well,
She's been
I don't know. Well, okay, so I don't know if you guys are into like trading card games,
Sure.
like Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this thing that they do called Secret Lair, where it's just like a special release of cards that is sold on their website only, and only for a limited amount of time.
Okay.
And they actually just announced that they're gonna do an Assassin's Creed and a Final Fantasy release of Magic the Gathering cards.
Whoa.
So that's something I'm pretty let me pull it up. I'm
Sheen
like
and Chad,
very-
have you heard anything about this?
Yeah, I think they're also doing. They already did a Street Fighter one.
Oh,
So
oh.
essentially, they'll like release like the actual characters as playable cards, and these cards are legal. Maybe not all the time. Sometimes they'll do like I think they've done sets that are not legal, like tournament legal, but a lot of the times
Yeah.
it's like these now exist in the world of Magic the Gathering.
Right.
And it's very much like nerds unite of all kinds.
Yeah, they I think they did, if I'm remembering right, a Godzilla um expansion before too.
Oh, the
Um
Godzilla, yeah.
yeah. I don't play Magic, but I follow a lot of Magic the Gathering artists, so I constantly
Okay.
see
I can remember.
like all of the new shit rolling in. I'm just like, oh my god.
And then speaking of, I think it's Starlight Valley from Disney. They're thinking about doing their own sort of like Magic the Gathering sort of card game with their stuff. And I
Bold.
thought that, yeah, very bold, very bold. You know what I would
That's
love?
Yeah.
There's a very niche game, since we're like talking about like card games and like TTRPGs. It's called Star Wars Epic Duels. Have you ever played that? You guys know about that game?
I've never
Um,
played it.
So the game works where it's like you're on a board with squares. You can move your character a certain amount of times based on your, you know, your move or roll. And then every character has cards, and there are like fan made like little characters too that people have made cards for. So you can get a character, and some of their moves will be like Count Dooku can like throw their lightsaber 3 squares around in their radius and attack these people. And it's just so much fun to say this shit out loud.
Oh my God.
And it's such a great game to like the way it incorporates like characters' personalities with their attacks. So like if you get Lando Calrissian, you'd be like, this shot can be worth either 8 points or 4 points depending on your role. And I'm like, yo, that is dope.
So very much like Warhammer 40K,
Yeah, that's what it could be. That's the
which-
equivalent.
Eldar.
Right
You guys
there.
want to hit me up?
Also, you got the Animal Crossing Switch. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I do. I was very proud to have got my hands on that when it was very hard to find at the time.
And the reason why this came to mind, this card game, or yeah, this card like board game, was that there's a mini game inside Horizon Forbidden West that allows you to play like almost an exact copy of this game, just like as a side quest.
What?
Yeah, I
Wow.
really liked it, and like, shouts out to Horizon Forbidden West. If there's a game I'm excited about playing, it's that one. I just like I plug it in every time, and I'm just staring. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just like looking at everything and not moving in progress at all. Just because like everything that's rendered in that game is just pristine. Like all the characters too. And this was my problem with Horizon Zero Dawn. Was that none of the characters looked like their voice actors. Like the voice never fit the character's design, but they do very well in Horizon Forbidden West. So that's what I'm excited about.
It's very cool.
Weren't you talking about some other game?
What? Oh, you mean in chat? Like Sable?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about Sable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had been looking at Sable very recently, and I had not made the time to buy this game or just play this game on Game Pass. Like, I keep paying for games that just came off or that are just about to come off Game Pass because I don't find the time to play them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, fuck. Well, let me spend this $15
Mm-hmm.
when I've spent all this money all this time just to like keep this keep AdSpots live gold or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Liz, what
too.
was your question?
This was on Game Pass, was it not?
It is. It's
Yeah.
leaving very soon.
Yeah.
I think like a week or two.
Damn.
Yeah.
But as Tobias currently said, it's $15. This would be, I guess, considered an indie game because it's coming from Raw Fury, which is an indie publisher. They made
Yeah.
games like Call of the Sea. I'm trying to think about another game they made, but they're really into puzzle games. They make a lot of puzzle games, and Sable is a puzzle game, I will say, but I think that the like sort of exploration that you're allowed to do is very like open world, which allows you to like you can drop any like you can do any task you want throughout it. And it's super immersive right off the bat because the design is something I've never seen before. It's like it's
Yeah.
very akin to like early Adult Swim like animations. like
was gonna
Tom
say
Goes
that.
to the Mayor, like Tim and Eric's like early stuff. So I was really into that from the first bet, and then it was the music. The music. I mean, I was playing this game on stream, so I had my headphones on, getting a cool surrounding sound experience of Japanese breakfast, like playing her music for this game, and it was just
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, so she composed all the music for the game. She has
Wow.
this really touching like song that starts it off. It's like the story of the game is basically that you're a nomad, you're part of a nomad culture, and you are going to start your gliding period. It's where you get a power that allows you to glide from like surfaces, so you can fall from like 50 feet in this huge bubble. But that means you have to leave the nest, and the nest is going to leave whether you want to or not, so you can't go back. And then hopefully you can find your family at a certain time. But there's this like really touching moment between like a sort of like mother figure and the daughter figure saying like we'll always be with you and sort of stuff. And every time, because I replayed it because when Cal didn't see me play it for the first time, and so I was like, oh, let me restart the game. No one's gonna remember this game, so I restart it. And every time I say the lines that are in that game, I just start getting choked up. So I say it's really powerful. It's a really powerful story, really great protagonist. The writing for the game is really good. Animation, music, hell yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, it looks really cool.
So definitely worth that $15 if you guys got it. It is leaving off Game Pass though. But damn, do I need to get back on Game Pass? Because I'm paying for Ultimate, and I haven't even logged onto my Series S in a while. I've just been so hyper fixated on PS5 right now.
You've been playing. You've been playing? What's it called?
Persona.
Persona 5.
Yeah. And Rivka's been like front and center for like my obsession, seeing me like read the manga at work any chance I get.
God.
One time I dropped in and you were actually like, I think you were reading it or you were telling me that you wanted to get into the manga for it, which I didn't even know had a manga.
Yeah, because I'm either reading that or I'm like reading some sort of text that no one wants to touch. They'll be like, "What the hell are you reading there?" I'll be like, "Do I have to explain it to you?"
Yeah, you fully went into the anime and manga world like in the pandemic.
But I think it's because I had so many people who were willing to guide me. You know.
Right.
You know, we had so many viewings in the server, and you know, everyone's like, "I really like this anime. Can I show you guys this anime? Let's go ahead and do that."
I just want to deep dive in my own little pool of anime. That Tobias is like shaking his head, like, do any of the like?
No judgment. No
Yeah.
judgment.
Do you think?
That
No judgment here.
I just went right into my own little anime. I like what I like.
And I think we like a lot of the same stuff too. If there's one thing I'm excited about watching, it's probably like Chainsaw Man, which just came out. I've heard that it's like a really faithful adaptation for what's out so far.
Read the manga.
I am reading the manga. I'm 2 books in.
Man,
I'm 2 books in, man.
Man, fuck the book. Just read that shit online and binge it. It's worth it.
Man, I'm going from collecting single issues and comic books to collecting manga now. It's a little ridiculous.
Oh,
You will have too much shit. Please. Or actually, why don't you just get the fucking Shonen Jump app?
Oh, the app?
Yeah, man, get the Shonen Jump app and you pay like $4 and you can read all of Chainsaw Man like on your tablet or wherever you want to.
I need to get a tablet so I can read manga on it because it's really hard to read on the phone.
I mean, just like, you know.
And the manga that I like to read is like gay romance.
Right, so you're just on your phone.
Yeah,
you're like looking at hentai. You can't access that on your work Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And but I read most of Chainsaw Man in like 2 days. 2 days. Like yeah, I don't usually do that with comics nowadays, and definitely don't do that with manga. I'm pretty lately I have not been reading comic books. I have been picking up comic books for like a year.
Yeah, same.
Like just literally going to my comic book guy being like, "Hey, what came in for me? Here's your stack." And me being like, "Great, I'm definitely reading these." Puts it on my shelf and goes like, "I'm not reading that shit."
Literally.
Wait, do you have one of those
and-
like subscription services? Because I know Challengers did one where it's like we're gonna
Yeah.
put aside like your favorite characters. We're gonna put aside a character
Yeah.
for you and give you every single issue and stuff like that. Do you do that, Tobias? You still
One-
here?
1 second, for some reason I can't hear anything.
Shrek 1,
Did
2,
I
Shrek 1,
un-
Shrek 2, Shrek
Oh
1,
man. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, no, I fell off.
2. You fell off.
I was reading Nightwing, the new Nightwing, or not the new, just like the All-Star Nightwing.
Oh, nice.
And I like it. I
Like
think I need a series that's gonna like really grip me, like East of West
Mhm.
did, or like Gone. Like I need like a new like sci-fi western fantasy series because that's what I really.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I think that I wish there was a better like database for like indie comics because
Yeah.
that section's always unorganized no matter what comic book shop you go to, and I feel like they need to be indexed by at least like theme. I think Chicago Comics does a better job of it because like at least they'll give you like romance, western, and stuff like that in the back aisles, but still.
I spent a year and some change getting Spawn comics
Spawn.
that I was not reading. I took the time to read these shits lately. Trash. It is
Trash?
trash. I paid, I don't know how much, but
That's-
it is like,
It looks like you got 20 in your hand, $4 each, maybe 5. It's probably $100 at least.
like, yeah, this is hurtful. Like, don't do shit like this,
Mm.
please. Fuck. But
Do you got number 1 in that series though? Sleeve them.
Yeah,
Start selling
yeah,
that shit.
but it's not worth anything. Everyone else knows that this shit's trash too. Like,
Damn.
I am about to give these to my local comic book guy to sell and just get some goodwill from him. like that's but the other shit that I've picked up which has been the Eternals comic, which
Ooh, nice.
is honestly fucking great. And you
Ooh.
know, I didn't like that movie, but you know, Rivka,
What didn't you
just
like
fucking
about
look
it?
at Rivka,
Let's
just
talk about
just
it.
like wow. There's a lot of setup,
we don't
and
need to talk about it. We've talked about it like 1,000 times.
Did we?
We
I
have.
feel like we didn't really talk about like what could be different about it because
About the movie.
it's a very expo heavy movie. I will say that.
I love that movie, and I will die on that hill.
Okay,
That's that.
love it.
So-
Love to hear it.
I normally don't like the same things though. Let's be fair.
That's
Yeah,
good.
like,
It gives us a
true.
nice
And-
balance and adds to some brief levity in this in the stream.
true. I do think you would like the Eternals comic though. It's extremely.
Is it like the
it's
original
extremely your
like
shit.
that movie? Like is it the original comic? Or is it a new edition?
It's new. So this is by Kieran Gillen as the writer who did oh shit. 1 second.
Eternals.
Kieran Gillen.
Liz is in the
Did-
captain's seat right now.
Literally, I'm like no.
You're backseat streaming.
Literally, I'm backstage streaming. I feel like I'm
Uh,
watching my friend play a computer game.
he did The Wicked and The Divine with Jamie Kelt.
Series.
Yeah, so he's still doing great work. I would check out the Eternals
Wait, what's
just
the name?
because Kieran Gillen is writer's name, and then Assad Ribic, who did uh, Thor a couple years back, is the artist on it, at least for the first 5 to 6 issues. Uh, and it has honestly been a fucking delight, um, and something that I recommend. And that's something that I did get the chance to after having my like stack of comics. Read that and I was like, great. It was not a waste of money.
Oh, I actually might go. It seems cool. I really like the Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's kind of stuff I and actually now that you remind me of it, I only read the first 2 volumes, and now that is actually a series I would keep reading. So I should explore that again.
Nice.
I think I have those books downloaded.
Yeah, download it.
Yeah, like, you know, um,
We know we got to give Rivka for their birthday. Got to get
Well, it
you
already
an e-reader
Time.
Yeah.
Gotta get
for Hanukkah.
for Hanukkah. There you go.
For
There's
Hanukkah.
Oh,
Liz, have you explored graphic novels, manga, picture books, any of the sort?
Liz's face says, "Fuck no."
Fuck.
That's for real nerds.
Hungry Caterpillar.
okay.
Very
Sounds like
Hungry Caterpillar's a classic. I love it. I'd love to hear a Marxist reading of it. Webtoons? Does anybody read Webtoons? Webtoons is actually very popular nowadays.
we like webtoons. I'll introduce you to some cool.
This is
plus,
great.
Yeah, Saga.
Hell yeah.
Really,
Saga came back.
really
Saga
good
came
story.
back, and you know what? I still have to read the other issues, but the first start kind of rough, but it's
Is it
but the
fun?
newest arc. Yeah. This is the newest arc, and it just ends with them talking about how uh they're now drug dealers, and I just was like,
Ooh.
Brian K. Vaughan, I know is a white guy. Fiona Staples, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she's also white, which just had me like, man, I think it literally says like, it's just us as marginalized people doing what we usually have to back on.
Ooh, is it given like?
And it was just like
it-
drug dealing, and I was like,
Damn, it's giving Miles Morales by Michael Bendis.
yeah.
We were watching this fucking movie last night called Crush, and
Crush.
it was like some movie about these gay girls in high school or some shit. It's like a 2020 movie, and we had to stop like 15 minutes in because I was like, please look up who the fucking writers are. I was like, they're two white women. I guarantee it. And we Google it, and that's who it is. And who are they?
Damn.
Is everyone in the show or in the movie people of color, but it's written by 2 white women, so it sounds like 2 white women telling people of color how to talk, and it sounds terrible. It was bad. I was like, I'm sorry, this is just like, this is bad. I couldn't do it. We had to stop.
Didn't
We had to
we?
stop.
I feel like we had that same feeling when we were watching that one like sort of like superhero movie with Jamie Foxx. Do you remember that? Was it Jamie Foxx who was in it?
Hey, fuck.
Well, there was maybe it wasn't Jamie Foxx who was in it. Maybe I'm confusing like Netflix originals.
I think it was.
Was it Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx?
What was
Because
it?
how are you talking about it,
Right.
I
So
remember.
right?
it had. Go for it.
What was it called? Oh fuck. What is it?
Was it just Power?
Power? No, it was Project Power. Project Power.
Project Power.
Oh my god. And I was like, this sounds like a white man is writing his character. Yeah, and it totally was. And
Yeah, you nailed it
I
on
was-
the head right there.
Yeah, because you could just tell. You're like yeah, you're casting people, but like you're making them sound not like their authentic selves. Like you sound stupid. And
Mhm.
and it's so clear. It's like yeah, like I don't know. I was like, we were like watching this, and it was just like so Gen Z, but like so. It was like a millennial white. It was two millennial white women writing Gen Z people of color characters.
Hmm.
Like it just did not translate, and I feel bad saying it because I know it's like more representation for the queer community and shit. But I'm like, that's not. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, it sounds like you were like fucking watching Girls, but you just didn't know it. like, huh? Wow.
Just
This
checking the
seems
credits for Lena Dunham. She's like, she's somewhere around here. Where has she touched this?
the producers were Maya Rudolph
Oh
and
yeah,
Natasha Lyonne, who's not even gay.
Wow.
wait.
Who's not even gay?
Maya Rudolph? Damn.
Maya Rudolph. But to be fair, how many times
Hate
has Maya
to-
Rudolph played a questionable character? So,
Hate to
Mm.
see it.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like, here's the thing: people appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate it and
Right.
like liked it, didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But just me being me and like understanding things on like a, like understanding media and cinema like, from that lens, and just like and like I can clock it immediately. Like, who the fuck is writing this? Like, you know how I feel about writers' rooms. I
Mhm.
couldn't finish Young Justice. I stopped.
Right.
Fourth season, I stopped it completely, and I love Young Justice.
damn.
That's a testament right there.
And I love Young Justice seasons 1 and 2 and 3. I fucking hate, uh,
The
the
newest,
fourth season.
the newest
Trash.
season. Well, I'm heard,
It is-
or I've read from I think some of the creators that like you don't have to worry about any more stuff coming out. But I mean, it
At
could be
all?
I don't think that that's something that's been greenlit for more seasons.
They're done. Oh
I
wow.
think so.
Why they just sort of like
That shit just came back. Already dead again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fan response.
You
I
hate
don't,
to
I
see
don't
it.
think anybody really was like waving its flag really either too.
No, if you go on Reddit and like it's like there's a whole like crew of people who are like keep Young Justice alive and like they only care about that. I'm like, it's not even good right now. Guys, like you care so much more about it continuing than it actually being good,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like loyalty behind, a superhero. Like I'll read all Superman, I'll watch all Superman, I'll watch all Green Arrow and stuff like that.
You. That was
It
you,
was,
Kurt.
I mean, it was me until I became like disillusionized. Like, no, I absolutely agree. Like, I was very much drinking the like Superman Kool-Aid until
And I was drinking Kool-Aid, to be fair.
yeah,
You were a
but then
Superman fan?
I was a Superman fan, or
Yeah.
I was always a Superman
Yeah,
fan.
you, Kurt?
When I finished Smallville, I wouldn't say that I was a Superman
Damn.
fan, dude.
That's wild to me.
I was a
I
Superman
never would have
fan
thought.
from like.
Like the original Superman. Like not like
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
grew up watching
mean-
Christopher Reeves. I was like, and then moving on to Smallville, and then I really liked Mark Waid's like Birthright Superman series. I loved All Star Superman, and then I thought like Superman can do no wrong until I started reading like Frank Miller, and I was like, oh shit, he's just like a pawn of the American government and stuff like that. Like when is Superman gonna like my ideal Superman movie would be me adapting Mark Waid's Birthright, because Superman's like as a news reporter in Iraq, like he's seeing all the atrocities that's going on of like the US government, and he's like disillusioned. He's like, we don't have to do this shit. Like we can fight for the American way. And I was like, that would be a really cool Superman. No one's ready for that shit though. No one's ready for a Superman who loves America enough to criticize it.
yeah. And that's the fatal flaw of Superman. But I think that they just sort of lost his character in general, honestly, across the board.
Right. Well,
He's just-
he's not even alive anymore. His son is Superman. Jonathan Kent,
Yeah.
bisexual Superman.
Right. Oh yeah.
Wait,
there's
wait,
a-
wait, wait. I thought he was still alive.
Is he still alive?
He's alive. He's just disrespected by the masses.
Really?
Yeah. And
Well,
yeah,
I don't know, like no one really cares about him anymore.
There you go.
You know? It's like over.
Right. And that's why
Batman.
they're trying to bring back Henry Cavill for Superman.
Right. hmm
Maybe that's why. They're just like, people liked it when we did Henry Cavill.
Right.
did they though?
Did they?
Did they though?
Well,
And
they
he's
didn't
Like-
like
like-
Zack Snyder, but I think they liked him as
care about
Superman.
him. I didn't give a fuck about Henry Cavill, but then I saw him as The Witcher, and I was like, all right, maybe this man has something to offer.
And he wasn't.
that
he wasn't
man.
He's phenomenal.
Oh my gosh,
That
she
man,
didn't
I
see
mean,
The
gets a
Witcher.
cheap fucking wig.
wait, what?
I didn't-
Man,
She hasn't seen or played The Witcher.
Not
that's
a
fine.
big deal.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
I-
fine.
yeah.
Like
It's really not.
Wit-
I mean, it
Witcher
kicks all
2 is, like,
sorts.
Witcher 2 is like one of my favorite video games of
You
like
to
all
watch
time.
though?
and
I don't. I
yeah.
mean, like, it's not like groundbreaking.
I-
I mean, like, as
I
like if you're not into fantasy in the first place,
No,
you're probably
she
not gonna
is
be into
though.
it.
She's watching House of Dragon and Game of Thrones and shit.
That's
She
true.
likes that
Yeah.
shit.
I do
She
think it'd be
likes-
something you would like if you're into Game of Thrones and like like battling
everyone-
monsters. Yeah.
All the witches in it are sexy.
I
Why do
hear
they
it.
keep-
It's like I've heard nothing but great things.
Very sexy.
For nothing.
Well, this
And
is
you know-
definitely it. Okay.
Sexy.
Just go
I-
easy on Liz when it comes to like watching The Witcher. Like, don't stare at them
Yo.
like the entire
Like-
time.
Like I feel like Rivka is a special case because I have not met anyone else that is so revved up for more Witcher. Like
Yeah,
other
it's
than
not a
them.
vocal fan
like
base, I
like
think.
like not super vocal. Rivka though, just like, yo,
yes.
I love the Witcher.
season 3? Where
I
the fuck is it?
because I love the character building. I think it's really
Mhm.
interesting.
Right.
And I think it is super cool and sexy.
And the politics of it are actually very interesting too.
Interesting. They're exploring really interesting territory. Well, I mean, it was. We'll talk about. We'll watch it.
Yeah, but
There's
it's.
a lot she hasn't seen though. I have to show her a lot, so it's like
I'm
got
pretty
a lot-
sure our conversation about The Witcher from our previous Nerd Gaze is on a YouTube, so you can always
Yeah,
you can
you
always
can
go
watch
back to
that.
with Sophie. Sophie was a big fan of The Witcher as well.
yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a really good time. I mean, The Witcher 3, something I definitely need to explore. It just intimidated me so much. There's
I
so
hear
much
there's
into
like
it.
what? It's like 200 plus hours of gameplay or something crazy like that. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I hear it's like one of the like you can sink hundreds of hours into that game.
I used to wake up, play that game, like fall asleep, wake up, and just keep playing it. Like that is how it was when it first like came out of like I wasn't playing anything else, and I was so happy that my Xbox just could turn back on with the game already on, and I didn't have to load it
Mhm.
because it was all I was gonna play anyways. And and the thing is, the game doesn't log it by hours; it logs it by like days, I think. And so it just really,
Really?
it really showed me like, oh, like, fuck, I might have a problem.
Mhm.
Like, this is
How many hours
serious.
do I have a problem? And how many hours of playing a game is it a problem?
I don't
Well,
know. I
Like,
have close.
I feel like that meter is very different because of the pandemic.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
I think I have like close to 1,000 on Apex, and I still don't consider that a problem. So like, but like, I feel like
Where-
that's because it's a competitive game.
You
Hmm?
work 9 to 5. Where are you getting this time? And how-
Oh,
You take it away from sleep.
you're
this
literally
is like,
like you're married. Like, where are you getting this time? Like, I feel like
playing
since
1,000 hours all the
you have-
time.
playing games and I haven't been watching TV.
Listen, we
Like-
get a disc with 1,000 hours of AOL internet. We're gonna use every single moment.
Look. I don't have the time that I used to. That 1,000 hours isn't getting pumped up much more. I fucking wish it was though. like I mean, look, I was playing ranked, I was in gold, and I was in fucking platinum, and now I'm down in bronze and silver lobbies. I'm not proud of that. I can't even fight these kids. I'm like, damn, all right, like, you
Mm.
know what, y'all won. Good
Right.
match.
Yeah, all those hours are
Like-
relative, and I feel like Tertaya in chat asked a very good question. What does it even mean if you have 3,000 hours in a game, though? You know, are you a competitive player? Are you still having fun after 3,000
Are
hours?
they asking that, or do they have 3,000
Hours
in
in
a
a
game?
game, and they're trying not to feel.
How we perceive that in that way.
But it's
I-
our job to obfuscate words and comments and think about the big picture about what it does. What does it mean about like time put into a game or a series? You know, because
Just
there
to be-
are those series that like we put more hours and hours in. Like we all have that one person in our family is like, why are you watching You've Got Mail for the 20th time right now?
Who's watching? Your mom?
Yeah, obviously.
Goddamn.
Great rom com. She's never seen 13 Going on 30.
It's a great
No,
rom
it's just like
Yeah.
throwing it
But
out
the same way that there are comfort movies, there are comfort games. Exactly.
for sure.
It just means you get a better price / hour of entertainment.
Yeah, Christ.
It's a good
Um,
ratio.
So it's 10 to 8. Oh, white rappers and rom coms? We've talked about that before, I'm pretty sure. I've probably gone on my own rant.
Wait, there are white rappers in rom-coms, or
Oh,
are we
I
like
think I-
two separate things?
I yelled about Machine Gun Kelly. Well, those are two separate things.
Is he in a
Uh,
rom-com? Machine Gun Kelly?
She was coming back, though.
Who's coming back?
Like 182.
Blink-182 is back. Is back.
True.
Did we
Yeah,
hear
they're
anything about the When We Were Young festival?
I got a new text today being like, here's next year's festival.
For what? So it actually
What?
happened already?
What the fuck?
I don't know if it happened or if it's happening, but they already sent me next year's festival. I know.
Oh my god.
They're
So-
just like, yo, we have oversold these fucking tickets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
hey.
music lineups are like airline tickets now. We're gonna oversell and be like, oh, like looks like none of the people that we said are gonna come are actually gonna come.
Sorry, guys.
Real shit though.
Real shit.
Found out, or I found out about the original festival, and I was like shitting my pants. I was like, "This is crazy!"
You were like,
I'm.
we're gonna go, right? Like Nerdcase is gonna cover this.
It was totally absurd. It was like 2 days of like 1,000 band, like a bunch of bands, and all these bands that haven't been around for the last like 20 years or like 10 years. I don't even using
Right.
random.
I like
Well-
no one could even enjoy the news. Everybody was just so skeptical about it. They're just like,
It's like,
how can you fit these many like performers on 2 stages over this amount of time? I don't think that there'd be time enough for an hour-long set for every single
Right.
person.
we were all like, this seems really fucking stupid.
Mhm.
Because I do think that they were bullshitting. Like absolutely.
Happening. So we don't know how it's gonna go, but you know, kids keep us in the loop.
Right. It's another
We'll
fire
never-
festival waiting to happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I don't think it has happened yet.
Oh,
It's
this is
happening.
very interesting. Buster has a rant about white rappers needing to hang up their mics and write rom-coms instead. It's what nature intended. White people haven't been in the bag since they stopped making rom-coms. That's why Kurt's mom can't stop watching You've Got Mail. White culture hasn't given us another Sweet Home Alabama in decades.
Okay, facts. Yeah,
True.
what happened when Nora Ephron and Nancy Myers? Nora Ephron's dead.
There's-
that
that's
can
one
have-
thing.
Still can never happen again, to be
Mhm.
honest. But Nancy Myers, was one of the most. She was a rom com queen also. EPH. Yeah. She was. You know, we need another older Jewish lady to write us a rom com
Mhm.
and do it well. And you know, these days I'm not so sure when that's gonna happen.
Right.
But I'm happy to. I don't think I would write a very good rom com. So maybe not me, but she wrote, you know, Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle, Julie and Julia, Bewitched. She was up there. Who's the other person? You named? Nancy Meyer. So she did Something's Gotta Give. She did It's Complicated, The Holiday, Parent Trap, What Women Want,
The greatest hits of rom-coms.
The Bride. You know, like some of these classics. So you know, we gotta kind of look at it. You gotta find a schlubby guy, and you gotta find a blonde woman, and then you have to make them have a little bit of chemistry, and yeah,
There's a
Meg Ryan is the culprit.
there's a Kid Cudi rom com. What?
No, no, did not watch it.
No, I have
They've
never heard of it. Are we talking about the animated movie with? Is Kid Cudi in an animated movie? No, I'm
Yeah.
mixing. Yeah,
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's called Intergalactic.
Oh, is that the rom com?
Oh, it's the animated one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they just put
New.
they just put
Yeah,
this out.
yeah, less than 2 weeks ago.
We gotta watch it.
We gotta watch it. We're gonna put it on our list, Shane.
Yeah,
We'll get
okay.
back to you next week.
Yo, Rivka, did you ever watch the Witcher animated movie?
You told me to, and I never did, but I should.
Yeah, if you're really down bad for more Witcher stuff, let me tell you, that will be exactly what you want, and it's in the like. For some reason, I can't hear you. I can't hear you too well.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. You know,
Animation looks very much like Korra.
Yes.
Ooh,
It's done
nice.
by the same team. I'm
Cool.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I'm like,
sure.
this is like,
should we watch it? Does she have to know anything about it?
No, it's very much like it's better if you know just the starter of like what Witchers are, but otherwise, like I think you'll be introduced to it as well because it's just about Vesemir.
Vesemir is the like the older picture. Is it the one
Yeah.
on the cover?
No.
Pavel. That's
It's so cute. Oh man.
It's
let's-
almost 8:30, and I'm honestly my ADHD is getting
Yeah, let's wrap up. We can wrap up.
do
I'm
this.
sure
I
you're
forgot.
tired.
I'm a little tired tonight, to be honest.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, we can wrap this up. No problem. No problem. If anybody in chat has questions for us, let us know. If you guys like have anything you're excited about watching, feel free to do that. But we usually talk about things that we're excited about, or things that might be irksome. But we can always do that. What's going on? What's going on behind the scenes?
I saw Cyberpunk as a recommendation to watch. I'm just so sour about the launch of the game because I got it on release that I'm just
Oh
like,
no!
Please watch
Oh
it.
no!
It will make you feel better actually.
Really?
Like that anime has done more for that game than that game did for that game. Like
Great.
there's a reason why Cyberpunk has been like getting good, like people have been talking about it positively, and also everything else, and it's literally because of that show. And I have to
Wow.
say, that show did exactly what it's supposed to do: make something look cooler than it actually is.
Wow.
Because I fucking bought that game day one as well, and I was like, wow, this is okay. Like, okay at best. Like,
aggressively okay.
aggressively okay. I watched that anime. I said, fuck, I need to load up Cyberpunk. And I was playing Cyberpunk again, and I was like, wow, this is okay.
Yeah, Shane says I
Aggressively
started
okay.
playing the game after watching it. Anime Gino Linetti says Rebecca is the best girl, and I guess Rebecca's in the animated series
Show.
in the
Yep.
show. Awesome.
Rebecca is the best girl. I think that Dorio, if that's her name, if I'm remembering right, is second best. A real one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I want to watch it.
yeah, it's great. I think it actually gets across what that what that game was trying to do a lot better than what the game did.
Yeah, I can feel the excitement for it, just like on online.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, the communities are definitely out really strong for
yeah,
the series. So
yeah.
it's tough. It's tough to come back from such a heartache.
It was such a heartache. No,
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
So stoked for the game. Like
Hmm.
it's been a while since I had a pre-ordered game fully paid off, like months ahead of time. I was like ready to get this game going. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just remember like while I was downloading the game, I saw people on Twitter posting the bugs, and I just was like, "Oh no!" Like just seeing the one with the when you're driving your car and your character just goes into a T pose and it's butt naked,
Oh my god.
dick out, like just like oh shit, that's just happening, huh? And like it happened to me like multiple times while playing. I just was like, damn, that's a
On a
game.
Love that glitch so much. Awesome. Um,
System are you on, Tobias?
what was the question
What's
again?
up?
What system were you on?
I was on that was on PC actually. Yeah, so
Mm.
I didn't deal with a lot of performance issues other than it crashing every now and then. And then
Mm.
there was one time where there was a really weird bug of where I went through a broken glass window and then I got teleported like I was Nightcrawler to like another fucking part of the map, and it was never explained, and I just had to walk back to where I was cuz it wouldn't let me like call my
Complete the
car
mission.
because I was
Oh man.
yeah, cuz I had to complete the mission and I just was like, "Damn."
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm playing like GTA 3, baby. Like, let's go.
That's amazing.
so
God.
fast
And-
travel.
That game has so much charm. The whole game is different now. Even the story is restructured to a degree, says Shane. I suppose that's true. I haven't actually plugged in much than more than like 4 hours onto my game. So
I
need to
played
play more.
like yeah, I played like an hour of it recently and it played better. Um and I was able to put whatever clothes I wanted on my character without having to worry about stats. So that's I guess all that I really cared about. I just wanted my character to look hot.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
I think for my thing, I want to mention. I really want to mention Andor and She-Hulk. I was like really kind of like dissing it the first kind of episodes that I was watching it, but I was like, okay, I'm really having fun by like episode 6 for Andor, episode 8 for She-Hulk. One of the greatest cameos I've seen that involved Matt Murdock. So if you haven't seen She-Hulk, I would definitely watch that. It's super
dope.
funny. It's really charming. I think I can't remember the actor's name who plays She-Hulk, but she did a fantastic job.
I've heard.
Tatiana Masley,
Yeah, Tatiana.
I think.
Yeah, she
I
did.
gotta
great.
watch it. I gotta watch it. Everyone's telling me to.
It's really fast. If there's ever a show to like binge, it's an easy one. It's like 30-minute episodes all the time. Tatiana
it.
Maslany. There you go.
Binge
But
it.
also, Andor is doing pretty well too. You know, it was like a really slow burn the first 2 episodes, but like I've been texting Tobias just like random lines from the show because I'm really liking the writing. Once like you get to like the mission that everybody needs to do as part of the show, it's like things really start happening, and like I'm really into the drama of it, and like it's as it stands outside of like all of the movies. Of course we're in the Skywalker saga, but it's like not a Star Wars you've ever been like watching before. It's very disillusioned with the entire universe. It's like very much like, oh, we're bad cops, we work for the we work for the Empire, we don't really give a shit about any of our employees if they get killed or anything like that. So I thought it was yeah, When I look at it a little
Yo.
bit more, it's more refreshing.
Honestly, it there's a scene in the first episode that makes me realize I feel like this is the first time I've seen an actual murder in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even though like, like it just like I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
I feel like we can talk about the first episode. I feel like that's not much of
Oh,
a spoiler.
absolutely, yeah.
Like, yeah, Andor with two dirty cops, he knocks one down, and that cop just actually dies. Just has some blunt fucking trauma. And like
Oh,
they are trying to like wake other cop is trying to wake him up, and he's just not coming to.
Mhm.
And the cop has a slow realization that if that cop is dead, he's dead too, because there's no reason to just leave one cop dead, because he's obviously just gonna, you know,
Yeah.
sell. Andor was there. Hey, get this motherfucker, and he tries saying like, "Hey, look, we were doing shit that we weren't supposed to be doing. We can just go back over to the Force. We can explain this. It's on us. It's not on you." And there's like, damn, yeah, and just shoots him, point blank. And
Yeah.
I mean the head, and just had me like, damn. I love when Star Wars does this. I mean, Andor makes Boba Fett look like a child's toy, and
Mhm.
look,
Yeah.
haven't I
look.
So you're telling me that it's actually like an adult show?
Yes.
It's
Like,
actually
it's
an
everything
adult
you want
show.
in
Yes,
Star Wars.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll watch it because I'm
And
like sick of this PG bullshit.
Mhm.
yo, I had to take a while off, to collect myself about Boba Fett. That shit hurt my soul. But once Boba Fett said don't sell drugs to the community, I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe it's time to go. Like,
Hang our caps.
Boba Fett was out here killing people and shit, and now he's like selling drugs to my people. Ooh,
No,
that's
I'll be
just a
the
bit
only one
too
selling
far.
drugs to my people. That's what his. It was like, I'm the kingpin.
That
I'm
was
the
his
only
weird
people
thing.
that are gonna marginalize everybody.
Yeah, like, oh wow. Or like, he was all cool with like, yeah, I'm cool with people paying me money for protection, but selling drugs is just a bit too
Yeah,
far.
where we draw the
Fine.
line.
Fun.
Great.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this was a really sweet episode of Nerd Gaze, guys.
No.
Yeah. We're gonna be back next month for sure. But if we have like any pressing matters we need to get to, we can definitely do like a one-off. But this seems to be our regular time, so we'll be back at it Wednesday next month at a certain time. Stay tuned. Let me put exclamation point Rivka in chat, and I think we may have made a command for you, Liz. But let me just see. Exclamation point Rivka. Exclamation point Tobias. Exclamation point Liz.
Which
did that work?
Which I think we have to
Yep.
change mine
Why
Yeah.
did you get a
command,
new
because
Twitter?
I think it goes to my like dead Twitter that has like my name and shit,
Oh, okay.
and I like switch it over to the Farty McFly because
I got you.
yeah,
me
because
put
I
that
think
new
I
link.
like I start shitting on people politically, and I didn't want it to come back to my job.
Is Farty
Farty
McFly all one word?
Farty underscore McFly.
Underscore.
Like,
There we go.
Yeah.
Follow Tobias at twitter.com/_Farty__McFly. Right on, y'all.
Great.
All right.
Right,
Ooh, pardon that. All right. Looks like we're good to go.
Alright.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Bye,
It
everyone.
was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Bye.
Yeah,
bye,
thank
bye.
you.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right, let's see if we can do a little raid, people. Let's see who's online. How y'all doing? What'd you think? That was a great episode of Nerdgaze, right? I had a really fun time. We got to meet Liz. Oh, it looks like Space Cadet's doing a little TwitchCon reflection. Our good friend Space Cadet is going to talk about what he was up to over at TwitchCon. So let's go give our friend Space Cadet a good hello. That works. Awesome. Here you go. Here's a little raid message for you. Another one if you're not subbed. Alright. I'll see you all sometime in the next week. Absolutely on Tuesday, but maybe on Sunday for a little stream. We'll see. Alright. Good night.